Many thanks for staying with us on the program. Now to go straight to the point. Right here in my hand is what appears to be Vaseline. But if you look closer, you find that it's tagged Vase Inner. And no, it wasn't an error. It's a fake product pandemic in Nigeria currently, as it's been a trend for over 3 days now. Since the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control intercepted counterfeiters involved in the production of a variety of beverages, which includes wines, soft drinks, consumables in Abia State. So you find products like Popsi instead of Pepsi. The Amoy soy sauce variant is the most common, although someone says these variants are just dupes and not fakes. But really, what's the difference? And then Vase Inner, of course, instead of Vaseline. Now, one would ask, who's to blame for this? The producers for not following up on their products and carefully inspecting the market? The agencies in charge for not allowing these fake products saturate the market? Those selling these fake products, or even the consumers for being so oblivious? Anyways, joining us to have this conversation first, we'll be joined by Chinwe, our correspondent in Abia State, who has been following the story and will be giving us more updates. Hello, Chinwe. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, blessings. Thank you for having me.
It's nice to have you, Chinwe Ogele, who is currently in Abia State. Can you tell us about your findings regarding these fake products pandemic?
Well, what I discovered this morning, because I just returned from Eziukwu Market in Aba, the very market where NAFDAC, went and intercepted the adulterated products that, have been in the news in the last 3 days. Well, I found out that, it's not as if these products are new. And I don't want to believe that NAFDAC just discovered those or uncovered them recently. They had been in existence. This would not be the first time that journalists were put in the know as to what was going on in that market. Some years ago, too, the Standard Organization of Nigeria also carried out this kind of operation. And some arrests were made. They destroyed some of the products that they found there. But then again, just a few days ago, NAFDAC did the same thing. And then you begin to ask, like the traders in the market are also questioning what does NAFDAC or what do the regulatory agencies do at the end of the day after uncovering and, arresting some people who were found, in the act of counterfeiting some of the products that are already known in the market. So you see a situation whereby those products are usually cheaper than what the normal ones would cost in the market. So that the people in the market are also buying them. They are patronizing the fake ones. Like some of the traders will tell you that it doesn't take much to identify the fake ones. It's just that people, because of maybe the economy, people just decide to go for those ones that are cheaper, even when knowing that they are actually not the real ones. For example, the wines that have been sold out there, some of them you clearly see that they are not original, they are counterfeit. But then people still go to patronize them just to have the effect that they are buying that same product. And at the end of the day, you don't know what people, come down with, in terms of health. So that is basically what's happening. It's not a new thing. But then the traders will also tell you that they are just a handful. There are few people that are into that trade.
Right. I mean, I do agree with especially the wine that you mentioned, because still in this trend, I did see one of my friends who wanted to get Sweet Lips, the common wine Sweet Lips, and got Sweet Kiss instead. And even the popular four cousins are no longer cousins, they're now brothers. But anyways, thank you, Chinwe, for joining us. But again, before you go, what update is there to making sure that these products are at least reduced from the market? That's on the end of the NAFDAC now.
Now, I think it will be left for the consumers to decide on what they want, because at the end of the day, the consumers are the ones who are actually encouraging the people who are into adulterated products to continue in their trade. If you do not patronize them, they will not have anybody, buying their products, and they'll naturally close shop. But then the regulatory agents or agencies have a lot of role to play here, because it has to go beyond just arresting the culprits and destroying the products that you see. There has to be some sanctions. There has to be some stiff penalties, against those who are caught in this act, because there's nothing wrong from people going into production, but then they have to name them their own original. Let them own what they produce and not try to fake the names of existing products out there, and thereby deceiving the public as to what they are actually purchasing. So the regulatory agencies and then the consumers themselves will be the ones to stop the menace.
All right, Chinwe, thank you so much for giving us the update. Chinwe Ugele is joining us from Abia State. Thanks once again.
Thank you.
All right, now before we call our next guest, we want to take a look at what people's reactions are in the marketplace.
Fake products, I condemn it totally. But the reason why people buy fake products is that when you tell them the real price of original one, they won't buy it. They will be looking for cheaper products. That's why they end up buying fake products. The thing sent wrong message to the public, the truth. But I also commend their work. They did a very nice job by trying to sanitize the market from fake products. But at the same time, what they did is sent wrong message to the public. They should have, at the end of the day, when you go to media to say there are some fake products and there are some non-fake products, in order to balance the equation. But what they did was, there are fake products in Eziukwu Market. Everybody should be aware. Sending wrong message and people are afraid. Even when you are trying to buy, like you also.
Well, there you have it. Now, joining us on the show to take a critical look at this is Professor Chimezie Anyakora, the CEO of Bloom Public Health in Abuja. Thank you so much, Professor Anyakora, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Now, Prof, what measures would you say are currently in place to ensure the authenticity of products in the Nigerian market?
Of course, we have NAFDAC and SON doing their own bit. But before I answer that question, I want to say that in Nigeria, we should know that this issue of fake products, counterfeit products, is everybody's war. It's not only NAFDAC war. Those people doing this have neighbors, have people who patronize them. Also, another thing I want to correct, your correspondent in Abia, saying that it's the role of the consumers. We need to help everybody. What I fear most is the public health impact of these things. I've been doing a lot of research in this sector, and I tell you, the exposure to carcinogens in Nigeria is alarming. Most of these guys who peddle these fake products don't know what they are doing. They're causing calamity. The thing with cancer and kidney diseases is that you're exposed to them, things are normal. 5 years down the line, you are down and they are incurable. That's why, as a government, we need to push for stricter sanctions. Every single Nigerian should know that this is a war we all should fight. Counterfeiting is not only in Nigeria, it's across the world. Of course, if you allow any loophole, they're coming. But my main message is that we are going to pay for this dearly. The healthcare system in Nigeria will be overstretched because as we're exposed to this, we may not see any issue in the next 1 or 2 years, but down the line, when people are already moved themselves hard, worked hard to move from poverty to middle class, but because of this exposure that happened before now, they're all down. And because the way it's happening now is like massive availability. Individuals go to buy products with all the confidence they have to go and pick right products. Those criminals are making it difficult. So my last point here is that this is a very, very serious public health issue. All the agencies, the security agencies, of course, NAFDAC is doing its bit, but I don't want to leave it only on NAFDAC. We all know where this is happening. In that market, everybody there knows who is doing it. You don't have to wait for NAFDAC to come. See something, say something, because it's affecting you. Also, I feel that the media should also play a very strong role. This is happening because the peddlers and even the public don't know the health implication of this. Cancer occurrence in Nigeria is becoming more and more, rampant. Kidney diseases, a lot of issues happening in Nigeria. We are moving to a very tough situation in public health. Government cannot fund this. And if we have many people falling sick, these incurable diseases, cancer, kidney issues, it's affecting our economy. It's affecting people. Families suffer to have a cancer patient. So we should see this as a very serious issue. All hands should be on deck.
All right, Prof. It's quite disturbing that there's so much fake products, or like some people have called it, dupes in the market. But how exactly are these counterfeiters able to produce and distribute this much fake product? Is it that the manufacturers themselves do not check the market to see how their products are doing, or if there's any counterfeit of their products, or is there no legal, action that is taken against these people that makes it so convenient to produce so much fake products en masse?
You see, fake products will always happen when there's a gap in supply. If you have a product that people need and is not available in the market, the next thing is to have the fake of those. So it's everybody plays a role. If the manufacturers know that this is a product that is doing well, you have to make effort to, part of making sure that it's available. That's one thing. If it's not available, there's nothing we can do. Globally, that's the biggest loophole. When there's any gap in supply, the fakers come in. But if the manufacturers are doing well, they have a lot of product and distribution channel fully saturated, it's much more difficult. Also, most of the people that do this fake, they are criminals who are always looking for opportunities. Whenever they see one, they do. It's not just one product. They look at the horizon and see which one is available, which one is in demand, which one lacks the necessary supply. They come in there. But still, I still put it down to the public. Any fake manufacturer is not doing it alone. He has a chain of people involved in this. And the more the sanction comes, all the people, all the accomplices in this matter, they are really used as an example. The media should do much more. The person who is involved in this, even though we don't know him, put his face out there. Shame him. Let him know the implication that he's a mass murderer. People are going for Christmas to have a good time, and then they go back, mustn't one, this or the other. Really, the fakers cannot be stopped because they are criminals. They are looking for opportunities. It's the system, the government and the people and the media that will put pressure on them and keep them on the run. If you give them any opportunity, they will keep doing it. It's money, but they're making money, so they'll keep doing it because they're criminals. That's how they make money. But we need to put the pressure, let everybody know. You can't keep quiet. It's affecting you, affecting your mother, your sister, your wife, your children. That's something that previously I did a lot of research on cancer. And I see most people take it lightly because they don't see in COVID, when you have COVID, if you are exposed today, tomorrow you fall sick. Cancer is different. You're exposed today, everything is fine. You forget about it, you change your location, change your job. 5 years, 10 years down the line, you are there, sick and cannot be cured. So I think the more the media pushes the implication of this thing happening, the more people understand. If you have 1 million bottles of fake wine, you are exposing up to 1 million people to some disease that may be incurable. Thank you.
All right. Also, what steps would you say that consumers can take to protect themselves from purchasing counterfeit goods? NAFDAC did mention some, and that includes if the product is being sold well below its normal price. Like you said, if there's a gap in production, people will tend to go for a cheaper one. Or if the product doesn't seem to include normal taxes on liquors, then it's probably fake. And they also said check for poor quality packaging, spelling errors, unusually shaped bottles, and things like that. So will these methods suffice for the consumers? Because a lot of people don't, as long as the bottle looks like what they're familiar with, they go with it. Is that enough to protect the consumers?
No. Actually, these days, fakers they come out looking authentic. Those that give you those fake Popsi sort of Pepsi, they are very low level fakers. Fakers that cannot even identify. That is why the government had to strengthen the agencies. the public should be aware. Anything you see, you to speak. So I don't think that's this is for just the very low level fakers. Even in medicine space, you can have a fake product that is practically exactly the same. So I don't think that. I mean, for me, being educated, I don't see it as only reason. I can get something that looks exactly like the original. I'm still scared. It's about our civilization. How can the government see this as a kind of a sign to invest more in the agencies, SON, NAFDAC, and other agencies, and the media to see the role they play in safeguarding the health of the nation? We need to do more with the media. I mean NAFDAC is doing well, but at the same time, in the past, they were all over the news. That sensitization of the media, of everybody, no matter your health is in your hands. Don't let only NAFDAC come and do it. If somebody is doing something that is really, really not acceptable, that is dangerous to your health and your family, you should do something. So, I mean, but I also have to say that this is not only happening in Nigeria. Globally, the counterfeit industry is huge because it's so profitable. In fact, the UNODC said that those who used to do drug narcotics, I've seen that it's even cheaper for them, it's more profitable for them to do faking. So it will keep happening. What we need to do is to make sure that our agencies are stronger and the public is aware and do their bit. I think that I don't want us to have panic. It's also, this is something that can do more harm. There's a panic in the system that everything is fake. No. The companies too should play a role. Invest in your supply chain. If there is a strong, secure supply chain, it is much more difficult to happen. But if the supply chain is not strong, products are distributed anyhow, there's no plan, it will happen. Of course, eventually, even the markets, the local markets, it's for their own advantage that they stop this. Because people will start patronizing only the big shops because that's where you have confidence that you can buy something that is genuine. Because it's easier to do that from that way. So really, it's a lot of effort. I like what's happening is that the awareness is coming up, but as your colleague said, it's not something new, and it will never stop easily. The war has to be there, but I see the new governments, what they need to do is to reinforce, strengthen the agencies and the media to make the right noise, let people know, especially when they know the health implication. The cancer cases in Nigeria is on the rise. People don't even know, no, in Africa, no, don't do epidemiology, don't do what is the cause. When I was in my PhD, I did a lot of work on cancer. You see, most countries, they tell you why the cancer is happening in their countries. They tell you what happened. They link it to the cause. Since we are not doing it here, people don't even know how they're exposing themselves to great danger.
Right.
The person taking that medicine doesn't even know too. Thank you.
All right. Prof, I would also like to bring to your attention something that was found on Twitter, and if we can talk about that as well. Now, some people are of the opinion that some of these products are mere dupes, but they're not fake. And, you know, they go on to explain, according to the person on Twitter, it says sometimes they submit a different product label to the agency, then they import with this product label that will move their market. They also prefer to pay the fine for labeling lapses, and that's like over 500,000 per consignment, rather than doing the right thing. And that's according to the Twitter user. How true is that?
Now, I don't see any reason why anybody with authentic NAFDAC number, NAFDAC approval would fake it. Of course, those who want to maximize profits, maybe, okay, this is already existing, is moving well in the market. Anybody who is faking anything, whether labeling or anything, is doing that of criminality to gain more profit. And once you can do that, you can reduce the quality. You can introduce something that will make it cheaper and cheaper. And from that point of view, you are harming the public. So I don't agree with that. I don't know where the person got that information. To get NAFDAC approval, it takes quite a process. So if you can get it, why then do you want to fake products? Most people who are faking products are faking it because they want to make it cheaper, because the authentic one is more expensive. So that's really the reason. You see a gap, we want to make it cheaper and sell and make money. Thank you.
All right, and one final question. Now, in terms of responsibilities, we've talked about what the government can do, what the individuals can do, but in terms of the manufacturers now, what would you say will be their responsibility to make sure that their products are not being duplicated in the market?
Yes, I think also it's time the government get involved and get the manufacturers play a role. You can invest more money in having a team of your people in the market there, putting pressure. You know, the biggest market you deal with, that kind of market in Abia, Idumota, or Nicha. Have people there, put pressure on the fakers, they will reduce the activity. But of course, still, you can't put all the blames on them. These guys, they go to where there are very little oversights. They know where they go, they are experts. I still push the media to get people sensitized. No fake product is happening without 100 people knowing. So if those 100 people know and understand the implication on them and other people, they will talk. We need to talk. By the time we have a culture of talking. NAFDAC, I don't know, they're just a few thousand staff, and they have a huge population, 200 million people. There is no way you can police the whole country, really. You need people out there to realize that you are affected. See something, say something. And with that, gradually it will reduce, but there's no way you can just allow only the staff of NAFDAC. Unless you want to employ 200,000 staff in NAFDAC. But if you want to stop this in the market. And also, I feel that the government too should get the trade associations to play a role. If you get somebody in your association doing something wrong, the whole association pays for it. So that pressure will make them to see how to very, very serious in stopping it. Because these guys, because of money, it's a lot of money involved. They make so much money, they are very wealthy, they can bribe anybody. So we have to see, how do we work on stopping this?
All right, Professor Chimezie Anyakora, the CEO Bloom Public Health in Abuja. Thank you so much for joining us and shedding more light on the development. We appreciate your time with us.
Thank you.